Hi, my name is Joe. Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. It's also known as Saigon. It's in the south of Vietnam. I just came here from Dalat, Vietnam, which is in the central highlands, like 4,500 foot elevation. That's more north. Really beautiful place. Not as hot and humid as down lower here in Saigon. I've been thinking about words. I've been reading about words. I've been trying to understand words more and the power of words. And I've noticed that there's something really interesting about the definition of words, how we use words, and how we understand words. I would almost say even spiritual. Sometimes I even want to say like weird or spooky. It's just really weird. The more I learn about words, the power of words, like the power of the words you use every day, I'm finding it's kind of weird. It's kind of like they really say, "Oh, be careful what words you say, be careful how you think, because it's going to affect how your life is." And before I didn't really understand that. But now it's getting to the point where I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird, because I've noticed that the difference between me now and the difference between me before is because the difference between now and before is I can use words a lot better now and use them in a different way. And it's kind of weird. I still need to understand it. I still need to read about it, but I am noticing there's some sort of, I don't want to say mystical, there's something really interesting about words. If you really learn how to use them well, they can really change your life. I retired when I was 36 by purchasing rental property and also partnering with other people to purchase rental property. My own family, we were a middle class family. Never really needed anything. My parents both had two good jobs in the transportation industry. Never needed clothes or food. Always had enough of that. Never had excessive or abundant of too much other stuff, but life was good. I got to try different programs, different opportunities. We got to travel, so it wasn't a good or bad life. I'm not judging it in that way, but we were middle class people. And as I've gotten more mature over the last couple of years, especially financially, when I was able to retire at age 36, I've learned that there's something different between me now and the way that my family was and the way I was when I was growing up in a middle class family. And I think it was the way that we used words, the way that we understood words. That's why it's so important to read and to be self-educating yourself, to be constantly reading so that you're getting input from different kinds of people. That's what I did on my journey to financial independence. When I was working, I was saving my money. I started to purchase rental property, but I also was reading, and I started to get that power. Like, I realized that I could start to out-talk people. What I mean is, when I would talk to them about things like saving or spending money, that's two of the words I wanted to talk about today. When I would talk to people about it, I would realize that their explanation, their understanding, their definition would like run out. It would stop. And I realized that me, on my lunch break as a bus driver, I'd be reading about real estate, reading about economics, reading about psychology. I realized that, and I also have my rental property on the side, my first rental property, and so I'm learning, I'm kind of teaching myself, I'm reading. I also have my property, so I'm learning about tax returns and things like that. I realized that my definition, my nuanced explanations of words were more and better than theirs. And their definition of words would run out. It was like a really basic definition. And my definition of words was like, well, what do you mean? Do you mean it this way? Do you mean it that way? Or do you mean it before? Do you mean it after? Like, I had a lot more definitions and understandings of words. And so then as my life has been continuing on, and I retired in 2016, that's 2019 right now, I realized there's something about the words that is spooky, like it's weird. And it's almost like if you don't know all the meanings of words, your life won't grow to like expand to be able to use all those meanings of the words. I'm still learning about it myself, but I'll give you two examples today of like the words saving money and spending money. So my family was middle class. We lived like middle class people because we thought like middle class people. When a problem would come our way, to my parents' way, they would reason, judge, and make decisions like middle class people would make them. They had very limited definitions of words. Taking words like saving money. Well, I was taught by my teachers and taught by my parents that saving money is good. That's pretty simple definition, understanding of that word. Saving money, good. Spending money, bad. That's all I was taught. So I'm growing up and I see people save your money. Oh, that's good. And that person over there spending all their money, that's bad. But it's way more complex than that. I got older, I finished college, I went to work, and I started taking care of my money and growing my money, and I realized that the definitions were not matching up. That the definition my family had and the definition I had of words now, it was not matching up. So that's why I read a lot and I write a lot and I make a video like this, was to to polish my definition, to polish my understanding of the word so that I could explain it to other people. Saving money. Well, in some ways I save a ton of money, and in other ways I don't save any money at all. In other ways I save a little bit of money. Do I save money when I was working? Yes, I'd save a lot of money. I'd save almost 50% of my income. I think one of my record years I saved 60% of my month's income. And if you look at me, if you meet me, I don't have a lot of new things. So it would look like, yeah, this guy saves a lot of money. He doesn't spend a lot of money on these things, on hotels and cars. I don't spend a lot of money. So you would say this guy is a guy who saves a lot of money. But I don't. But then I had to figure something out within myself, because I'm like, but I'm not saving money. So there was a conflict within me, and I realized what it was is I don't save money in other ways. When it comes to purchasing an asset, something like a rental property, or partnering with other people, I don't save any money at all. I will put all of my money into that, because what's most important to me, my priorities are not safety. My top priority is freedom and financial security, which would provide some safety. Safety is obviously not my top priority, because I take a lot of risks, which is a whole nother topic for another day. But so saving money, when it comes to getting my hands on property, I don't save any money at all. So you have to be clear there, like saving money how? Also with spending money. Well, when it comes to things like this, the cars, I don't spend a lot of money. But when it comes to purchasing property, I spend a lot of money. I've been thinking about it in different ways, and I will spend $50,000 faster than you will spend $100. If someone I knew, or if there was someone I knew called me and said, hey, we're going to purchase another property, are you in or not? I will get rid of $50,000 so fast that it'll make your head spin. Or if there was a house that I could purchase that I know will make me some rental income, I would purchase it so fast that it would make your head spin. I've even had people tell me that. They're like, you were one of fastest people we've ever seen that does paperwork and gets the money sent out. Is like, yeah, I will stay awake all night. And I've done this a couple times while I've been traveling. You know, it's been daytime over in America, but nighttime over here in Asia. And as soon as I get an email or someone notifies me with an opportunity, I will stay awake until it's done. If I get that email, I'm not going to sleep until that paperwork has been printed out, signed. I've gotten my records together. I've filled paperwork out. I've sent it back to America and even waited for a response until like 4 or 5 a.m. because I want to make sure that it was sent over. So not only do I spend money, I spend money like crazy, like super fast. So I had to understand all of these things within myself, because I'm like, I don't feel like I save money. I feel like I spend money, and that's because it's nuanced. And as I matured, I had to explain myself more specifically. I don't save money, actually. I spend a lot of money. Even words like broke. I would say I'm in a certain sense, I'm a broke person. Like I only have $10,000 in the bank right now. Some people would say, wow, that's a lot of money. It's like, no, that's supposed to get me through the next couple of months. I will live off of that money for the next couple of months. It's already been planned out based on what my expenses are every month, based on bills that I have to pay. So I've come up with a certain dollar amount that will last me a couple of months. So some people, they don't even understand that cycles. Like they just see a number, 10,000, they think, wow, that's a lot. Like they don't realize that that's been portioned out over months, and that's like based on every month how much money I'll need to live every month. That's like the minimum amount of money. So I'm like scraping bottom. So they don't even understand. A lot of people don't even understand. Like just seeing $10,000 in a bank account, what does that mean? There's so many variables you need to take into consideration. Does this person owe a lot? Are they paying a lot every month? Are they gonna? How much do they need? So when I say I'm broke, I mean I leave the minimum amount of money in my bank account to survive until more money comes in from property, and then I will take a little bit to live off of, and the rest will be spent as fast as possible to purchase more rental property. So there's another word, broke. I like to joke about that I try to stay as broke as possible. I even act like I'm broke pretty much. You know, they see me eating every single thing on my plate, and I don't eat expensive dinners or anything like that. I'm getting like the little banh mi sandwich that's not down the street at the restaurant. I'll get the banh mi from the little cart over here. So it's like 75 cents for a sandwich. So I even act like a broke person, but you got to be careful, because what does broke mean? Is he broke all the time, or is he only broke in one aspect? What does he mean by broke? So that's going back to the words. Frugal, I'm a frugal person. That's similar to saving money. Yeah, I'm a frugal person, but what does that mean? Well, yeah, I do spend little money in certain areas of my life. I spend a little bit of money. I don't spend a lot of money, but same thing as I spend a lot of money in other areas. So in certain areas I'm frugal, in other areas I'm not frugal. Actually, I do this one thing with my phone. I'll go around and I'll take pictures of, I travel a lot. I've been to 25 countries, sometimes spending months to travel. Last year I traveled for 7 months nonstop, and right now I've been traveling since February of 2019. It is July of 2019, so I've been traveling for 5 months. I'll end up traveling for 6 months before I actually go back to the United States. But as I travel, I take pictures of things like beautiful wooden things, beautiful cups and furniture and types of couches and chairs and glassware, ceramics. When I was in America traveling around, I saw Native American things that were beautiful, and I can imagine them in my house. Not only do I spend more money faster than you, I'm very good at spending my money. That's another way of thinking about it. I'm good at spending my money. What does that mean? It's like, well, I have it planned out. I have a list on my phone here of the things I'd like to buy. As I'm traveling, I'll take pictures of things and I upload them to the servers. So in the cloud, I have a folder called Inspiration, and within that Inspiration folder, there's architecture, business, and then I have a folder called Buy, and it's things that I would like to buy later that I haven't bought, but I would like to buy someday. Like, that's how far I'll go. So I even have a folder on my phone of things I'd like to buy that I don't buy, but I like to look at them. I don't have them in my possession, but I'm like, oh yeah, I like that stone chess. It was a stone chessboard I saw by Meteor Crater in New Mexico in America. It was like a chessboard made out of stone. It was really the green stone, the green one, or something like that. And I took a picture of it and I look at it on my phone. I'm like, yeah, I don't even have the thing, but I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I feel like it's mine, but it's not. if I really wanted to buy it, I could go buy it. So I do that. I also have a list on my phone of things I'd like to buy. Sometimes certain opportunities come up, like for example my credit cards. I need to keep using them every so often. I don't want the account to be closed. So like every 6 months I'll use my credit card to buy something. I have a list of more expensive things I'd like to buy and less expensive things. I have a list of books, obviously, like on my Amazon account. I have a list of books I'd like to buy later. I'll get them later. Then I have educational programs I like to buy that vary in price. Some are as cheap as $300, some are as expensive as like $800. How to write a book, how to give speeches, how to be a public speaker, how to start your own urban farm for profit, things like that. I'll make a list of all of these things. Then I have a list of medical services that I like to have. The ones I already knocked off last time I was in Vietnam were dentist and glasses. I mean, dentist, come on, that should be at the top of the list to have my teeth not falling out. And my glasses were falling apart. I had my last pair of glasses for like 5 years or 6 years or something like that. So I'm like, okay, number 2 on the list, get some new glasses because it's scratched up and stuff like that. But I have other things on here that I'd like to buy, like get the full body scan in Thailand. I wanted to go to Thailand and have them where they do like a full body diagnostic, and they even scan your body with like I don't know if it's like an MRI or some machine that can see through your whole body. I wanted to do that, but it's not super important right now, and it's not something I want to go spend $500 on. I think it was $500. I have software here that I'd like to buy for video, for audio, some video games I'd like to buy that I think would be good for my brain. I have educational classes such as accounting. Then I have some training courses that I like to take, like welding, carpentry, cosmetology. I'd like to get a higher licensing level in scuba diving. I also like to get my skydiving license, but that's like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 we're talking about here, so it's not that important. So I even have a list of things that I'd like to buy. It's there. I could buy those things anytime I want to, but I just don't. It's there. That's good enough. And then I have the pictures of things that I've thought have been, nice little cool things. Like I was in Sweden and I saw, what was it, horses? Like they have a lot of wooden horses in the airport. That's so cool. I think Sweden is like the Vikings and stuff like that. And I was like, the things that they make here is like different style. I've never seen this style. And Vietnam will have really cool bonsai trees and stuff like that. I just take pictures of it. So going back to the whole point of words, saving, do I save money? In some ways I do save money. I'm a good saver, and in other ways I don't save any money at all. When it comes to spending money, I'm a very good, effective spender. On certain things, I don't spend a lot of money. Why would I not spend money on, I do understand that it's important to look nice because you're going out to meet people, and it could also lead to opportunity, right? If you look like a dirty person, like I'm not shaven and I look dirty, that could affect my future opportunities and possibilities. I completely agree with that. But if I don't think it's that important for me right now, I won't spend a lot of money on it because, hey, if money's going into the property and that property is growing well and my income is growing well like it has been, I'm not going to invest more money into that. Do I spend money? I spend effectively. Certain things, I don't spend any money at all. Other ways, I spend very much, very fast. And even when it comes to spending money, I even have a list of things that I want to buy. So I'm spending in an effective way. Please go study the words, read more, read from different kinds of people. Be careful about who you're reading from. Also remember that the people that you watch, the people that you read, you're only going to be as effective as they are because you're only getting ideas from people like them. So if you listen to me talk about reading, you listen to me talk about words, you're only going to get as a well-developed, well-synthesized understanding as I have. So that's why you need to go read from other people, not just read randomly, but read specific books and watch other videos, not just watch random videos, but watch specific people who are effective and who have what you want already. And that's who I read from, and that's who I watch, is people who are explaining things more clearly, more specifically than I did, and more specifically and clearly than I do now. And I get them from different areas, from economists, people who are rich and look rich, people who are rich and don't look rich, foreigners who are rich, Buddhists who are rich. And I want to get all those definitions and synthesize them into a new thing. So please read more. It's going to change your vocabulary. It's going to make it better for you to be able to explain yourself. From Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, I'll see you later.